evening, Mr. Monroe. We're so happy to welcome you here to Spotsylvania, Virginia, and we would like to present you with some flowers. We would also like to present you with this award. Service, Integrity, Pride, February 5th, 2026. Their venerable monks, to the Buddhist monks of the Hubin Dao Lespana Kawana Center, on behalf of myself and the people of Spotsylvania County, I would like to express our deepest appreciation and best wishes during your walk of peace. Your endeavor to raise awareness of peace and kindness during this remarkable 2,300-mile pilgrimage is a profound testament to your commitment and spiritual dedication. Thousands of Spotsylvania residents and Virginians have been following your inspirational journey, and many have gathered here today to greet you. We're truly honored to support your efforts by providing shelter and a well-deserved rest as you travel through our community. Please know that our thoughts and prayers are with you each day as you continue your journey toward Washington, D.C. We wish you strength for the miles ahead and safe passage home. With gratitude and respect, Dr. Deborah Frazier, member of the Board of Supervisors, Salem District. Thank you. And now, Mr. Loveday would like to pin you with one of our county pins.
May I? Thank you for giving hope to a lot of people, including my family, and I wish you all a safe trip. We have pins for everyone, and thank you.
Mayor Devine?
Good evening. On behalf of the city of Fredericksburg, which is just next door to Spotsylvania, we welcome you. I am the mayor, and we have many of our city council members and staff here to welcome you. And we are very thrilled that you're making this journey through our area, and we're just honored that you're here with us tonight. And so thank you for making this journey. We have a pin to put on. And our police would also like to honor you with a police badge. Also from the city of Fredericksburg, and here's our police badge.
We have the president of the University of Mary Washington and the provost.
Thank you for the inspiration for our students. Many of them will be out tomorrow. The hope that you give them. Thank you for your commitment.
We have a representative from the U.S. House of Representatives representing Representative Vindman.
Nathan with Congressman Vindman's office in the United States House of Representatives. I have a letter on behalf of him. He was unable to make it. I'll just read an excerpt. On behalf of the people of Virginia's 7th District, thank you for your dedication and for allowing our community to be part of your meaningful journey. We wish you continued strength and safety as you approach the final days of your walk for peace. Sincerely, Eugene Vindman.
On behalf of Chief Jones of the Fredericksburg Fire Department, I present you with our challenge coin. And I have a challenge coin for each member, all 20. And we have also brought a bandana for Aloka, and we have a special pin that we will go ahead and put on it from our police department canine unit. And we will leave the rest of the challenge coins, we will leave it back in the back while you're outside seat. From the Fredericksburg Sheriff's Office?
Sheriff's Office, may your journey of marriage is going to thank you so very much. I know that thing's getting heavy, but I got to really go for it.
Are there any other gifts from the dignitaries?
We have hats, if anyone would like a hat, so just put your head on, you look wonderful in it, thank you. It has our city logo on it, right? And we can leave them in the back. Thank you.
Wonderful, peaceful day. A little, not very.
Before we start, let us all do the blessing for you all first. And then after that, we will do the call. Okay? So while we do the blessing to all of you in the place where God hosted us tonight, let us all put our hands up together like this to receive the blessing. And you can just follow along what we be reciting. Thank you. How many of us here have enemies? No one? We do have identities, and what if I tell you, you all and we all have our own enemies? Each and every single one of us have one. Our mind, our thoughts, our unwholesome thoughts. All those unwholesome thoughts are our enemies. And we've been living with that enemy every single second, every day. Is that right?
Yes.
So if we are living with our enemies every day, how can we have a peaceful day? Today is our peaceful day, is that right?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Today is what time now?
Peaceful day.
No, what time is it now? 6:44?
24.
Okay. Who's in here that actually can keep that peace since you woke up in the morning until now?
We can't hear you.
You can hear me?
No, it's echo.
Can someone adjust the sound system again for us? I barely can hear myself either. It's because of echo, so I'm trying to talk so that the way we can adjust it, okay? I think because I can only hear that speaker right there. And can you hear me with that speaker right there? No, nothing at all. That one, no. This one, okay. That one, this one, no. So only 2 speakers out of 4 is working. So earlier when we did that lesson, you didn't hear at all. Oh, no. Okay, we need to keep the energy anyway. Okay? With the energy, we all received it already. So let us try to figure it out. Which trying to get these speakers to turn on or make it work. And then now what should we say? Testing 1, 2. Testing. Can you hear me with that speaker down the very end one? No, still not. Yes? Yes? Okay, that one. That one. This one still have it? Oh yes? Okay, this one still okay? Just only that one.
Correct.
Okay, just only that one. Echo. Okay, a lot of echo. I hear that too, yes. We are so grateful because we have this sound system. Back when we only have a very small one. And of course when we started out just like about 100 people, it's different. Now it's so many people, so with that speaker we're not going anymore. 1, 2. It's getting better. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing. Testing. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. Y'all walk all the way to the corner. Can you hear me? Y'all walk in the corner where they cannot hear me. On my right side. Alright, testing 1, 2, testing again. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
Yes.
Okay, can we turn that speaker to the right side a little bit? The echo? Yes. Now can you hear me over there now? Yes? Okay, that's good. That's good. And now we see that one more back to the check. Alright, testing 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Okay, you good? Okay, we are good now? Thank you. What did I say earlier? Enemies. We all have our enemies. Right? We have our enemy, which is ourselves. Our mind. Our thoughts. All those are our enemies. And those are our enemies. We have one farm with all our wild animals in us. Is that true? And so that is the reason why. The reason why we do not have a peaceful day. Right now, probably you feel peace right now because Stephen here listens to the talk and because you pay attention to my talk. That's why we can have a peaceful moment because of that concentration. But the whole day earlier I had, your whole day when you woke up until now, were you at peace? From that time to now, probably not. Not a lot of us have that kind of peace with our whole day. It's because we have to go to work. It's because we have to take care of family. It's because we're into problems. It's because our wives, our wives, our husbands, and our kids have done something that we are not happy with. A lot of things going on within our lives. That is the reason why to have peace is very difficult. Very difficult. Because this leads one enemy inside of us is always jumping here and there trying to attack. Trying to attack the others and trying to attack ourselves. Every single time when we have a chance. Right? Just like those hungry tiger. They are super hungry right now. And so, whenever we need something, if we cannot fulfill it, then it will eat us up. Those are tigers. It means when we are free, when we are living in this world without any wholesome thoughts, and all those unwholesome thoughts keep popping up one after another. Especially when we are free, we don't have a job to do, we don't have anything to do. That is the time when we always sit in there and imagine more things and think about this way and that way to fulfill our unwholesome thought, unwholesome mind. We are like that. All we are just like that because of that habit. That habit is because we always always doing pull something behind the scene or check a little bit area anywhere that's not many people notice us. And it's just that when you are tired, exhausted, you close that door and shut that door and stay in your room. And those other times, you thought that they would help you, but not really. It didn't help you at all. It just created EMS. Okay, everybody say, officials right there. Okay. Okay, for all of us here, let's pay attention to raise the women support the person on that side. Let's all put our left hand over our heart. The right hand on top of our left hand. Close your eyes. Don't pay attention to what happened with it because we do not know. Pay attention to what we need to do right now to support. Now feel those heartbeats. Just feel those heartbeats in your heart. Feel your heartbeat. This is the time when you feel yourself. Okay, for the rules, you need to understand that when there's something happening, there's a lot of things that we want to do, but unfortunately, we are not professionals about it. So the only way to support that incident is for us to stay focused to do one thing. Either you focus on your reading, on your body, to cultivate some merit. Once you have that merit, and then with the power of all of those steadiness of mind, that can radiate to the person who leads. That is the most benefit way, effective way for us to support. That also support the medical team to do their work as well. So thank you so much everyone for your support. Now back to the ground animal. If we are not working with it, we can do it with utmost love. And then when we have free time, when we are free, you are over, then our minds will continue wandering and wandering, thinking of all kinds of things. And if we keep locking ourselves in that world, then maybe one day later, you probably thinking of committing suicide because of depression. Our mind is like that. When it's free, when it's not associated with the others, and all those negative things within our head, then all those wild animals are going to happen. It's going to happen. That is when you lost yourself. That is when you lost yourself. I have seen many cases like this. I myself, before I went into become a monk, you know, when I was in school, I would hold my center door and stay in my room. And then when I got to work, after I came back to work, I set the door and after I went and stayed in my room, doing my own thing. I don't talk with my family members. Throughout those times, it just made me feel uneasy. Make me feel like, what's the purpose of this life? That is the nature of the mind. When our mind is free, then we tend to just thinking about all those things. And then when we go over, we have to encounter a lot of things at the job site, with co-workers, supervisors, anybody. There's a lot of things that is unhappy. And if we're not mindful enough, we always stress out. And for the students, when you go to school, same thing, you try to achieve your goal, and you try to study, and you try to do the thing that your parents ask you to do, and expect you to be. There's just no stress about it. Who's in here that forced your children to be the person you always expected, doctor, engineer, whatsoever? Who's in here that you always expect your children to be that way? If you do, I advise you not to, because that will help them instead of will harm them. They will have that kind of stress and anxiety all the time. They cannot make it. Let them choose their own career. Let them choose their own career. They need to learn how to stand up after a failure. If they fail, they fall down, they need to learn how to stand up and walk again. If they cannot finish their career in one that they chose, they will come back to you and listen to you. Don't try to control things. Because the more you try to control things, the more you will suffer. Yesterday I talked about our children is affected by friends 100%. By their friends, not us. Even though they stay with us, but they always stay with you in their group. Sometimes they just walk with you for a couple seconds and then that's it. And nowadays, even if a family picture, each and every single member in that table holding your lovers while eating, which is your soul. You barely have a time to talk with each other and communicate with each other. When your kids at home, they don't talk with you either. They talk with their brothers. Is that right? And so for that reason, don't try to control your kids. Let them be. All you need to do is just give them advice so that they wait. It's up to them to choose which way they want to walk. That will make you feel better. That will make you feel better. And they will come to you when they need you. If you try to control them, They will not come to you because you already built a wall between you and heaven. They will not come to you. They will continue going down and leave that out and you say them all the time. So try not to control anybody, especially yours. Let them be. You just show them the light, show them the way. You never advise what should and what shouldn't. It's up to them to walk on it. If you can do that, your day will be blessed. Your kids will also have a happy day, happy journey of themselves. No force, no anxiety, no stress for them. So every little thing in our family is just like that. Just those things minor things in the family. It's happy. We are not happy. And then when we go to work, we are not happy. When we hang around with friends, we are not happy because of all those things at home. And a lot of things in this world are not satisfying. That is why we always struggle. That is why we do not have peace with it. I have seen all these for so many years being a mom. I have seen a lot. Because the life of the Buddhist monk, we practice. We study, we practice, we teach, and we become advisors. Consulting for all those people who need. And of course, all these stressful things, all this anxiety, depression comes as well. I myself went to the prison and teach meditation. I also went to school in the fall. So all these, and plus I was in school as well. Back then, I was one of the students as well. And after I graduated and went to work, and I was in. So all those I understand all this. And so I have the reason why I say all those things that I said. So for us to have a peaceful day, there's no other way but mindfulness. We are not talking about peace for the earth. Okay? If we cannot have peace for this world, which is inside of us, there will be no world peace outside. This inner world is the world that we need to create peace for. And obviously, for generation after generations, we totally forgot about this. We forgot it. Because we were so busy chasing material things and chasing the outside world, thinking that somebody can make the world get peace. For us to have a better world to be. Unfortunately, there is no way. No one in this world can make this world to be a better place. There are billions and billions of people in this world, so it's not possible. And of course, when I choose to walk for peace on this journey, along with all these mineral monks, we understand that we cannot change this world, we cannot bring world peace. But what I can assure you is from Texas to hear the day of 103 that we have now, I have seen peace bloom and flourish on each and every step that we make up to you. And tonight, do you believe in that? Because these are these people right here. You're coming out of this mission. You are coming out to support this mission, and you are coming out to walk together with the Spirit. Because you know how important it is to have peace. We have gone through so much challenge in our life, so much suffering in our life. And this is a time where all of us coming together, stand together to work for peace. We are not working for money anymore, but we work for peace. Because with the power of all of us together, all the people in this club together, we can change this world. I mentioned just a group, just a person did not do this. But for the power of all people together, we can make that happen. It's because, let's say, for example, all the levels are peaceful, because we practice every day, and it's that with mindfulness, that is peaceful. We have peace. Now that we come to this time, we spread that to you. We share that key and that message to all of you here, thousands of people here. Now you have peace, right? Are you?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have peace. Let's say one person in you knows about 50 all the friends and things like that, maybe around. You can spread that to 50 friends. Those 50 friends can spread it to 50. You have also multiply that. We keep on spreading that way. And peace is something that is impossible. Because this needs to spread step by step. We need to practice and have peace for our own. If we don't have peace, we cannot share it with anyone. If we don't have peace, we cannot teach anyone or show anyone the way. Right? Even if we do that, those are just our mouths, the talking. But that is not reality. We have to do the thing that we can say, and we have to say everything that we can. So in order for us to share, we have to have peace with them. And in order for us to have peace, there is a long way except practicing mindfulness. And I'm here again to confirm with you, mindfulness is not for this, but it's for all, for all beings. Because mindfulness is something that is within your life, your daily activities. Without that, we cannot have peace. I mentioned right at the beginning that we have animals, wild animals within our mind. And we have family, we have kids, we have friends, husband and wife, all those things within our family. We barely have a peaceful moment. It's because we are not mindful. Because of not mindful, we always react the way we react, which is so quickly just like that. When your wife says something that you're not happy, you respond right away. In a not a nice way. Then everybody are not happy. When your husband says something that you're not happy with, you toss those dishes into the trash can, and then no more food to eat. Everybody hungry, not happy. With all those things that are thinking, minor things, even very minor things in our family, just one thing very little that can trigger us, and then we are not happy. Right? It's because we are not mindful to know that, to see that, to manage that emotion. We always react with emotion. And the more we react, the stronger we are. So now with mindfulness can help you to manage all those emotions. When your wife says something, instead of you reacting, now that you just need first now, you okay? Here's a glass of water, take it. In a nice way, in a peaceful way, alright? Have her a glass of water, a cool water. If she puts it away, you got another one. You have plenty of glasses. Have her another one. If she says, I'm going to try, then tell her, okay, I'll put you along whenever you come, we talk. You do your thing, let her love it. Love your power. The same way opposite to your husband. I have always encouraged couples, family that when there is one person is angry and the other one please, you have to say no. You already know she's on fire, and here you are trying to put more fuel into it. That's not what the whole house. It's going to another house. Cannot help. Instead of giving more fuel to it, just give it another. Water and water can push down out the fire. Just water. If you can do that, your family will be amazing. Always have to have a person with right knowledge, wisdom, and always come to that moment to share our family, to share our relationship. Wait to see or he calm down, then you can sit on the fight table or talk. Tell her how you feel. Tell him how you feel when you say that. She said that. Then have a dinner together and let it go. But in order for all that to happen, we have to have mindfulness, which is always mentioned within our prayer. The breathing itself will help you to sharpen your breathing. Instead of just breathing to survive the way we usually without any concentration on our breath, now all we need to just add awareness to each and every breath going in and out. Now you breathe normally, just breathe normally. Just add awareness, which is knowing a breath going out, in, knowing the breath going out, in, out, in, out. That's all we need to do. And of course, it's not that easy, because we don't have that habit. Our habit is just to breathe and do something else. You don't have to breathe just to breathe. Now I'm asking you breathe. To breathe means you have to sit down and let go of everything. You have to stay in one place. Do that. If you can do that, you practice mindfulness. If you could do that, you can see your breath. If you cannot let go of everything else, it's very difficult for you to practice this. You just have to let go of everything else, just like you let go of all those things that come out of this mission tonight. Just like that. Did you have to make a lot of decisions to come out here? There's still have family members that still a lot of things to do, right? But you will need to come out here. Yes, that's determination. And patience to get here. Patience to stand in the cold. Patience to stand out, sitting down. A lot of things. A lot of effort. Secondly, when we need to practice this mindfulness, We have to have struggle with racism. We have to have
Open the
patience with it.
in the YouTube.
We need to put
That's
more
why
effort into
there's
it
no sound in.
and let go of all that things that you are way easy with.
You have to open.
Give yourself some time. Just like earlier, I asked you to go your heart. Feel each and every heartbeat. That is practicing mindfulness. That is how to practice to see yourself. Feel those beings, see how strong it is, how solid it is. That is a time when we are practicing. Okay? So when you breathe in, breathe out, those thoughts, any type of thought, it's because we have billions and billions and billions of thoughts in our mind. Every time that we talk to anybody, see anything, hear anything, smell anything, taste anything, touch anything, it is desirable, it is undesirable, it's recorded in your mind. Just like that guy is recording, is writing everything that the keyboard is typing. The keyboard, when you enter into the pen, it will record into that hard drive that this is recording each and every piece of it. Same thing as our mind. When we see things, when we hear things, smell things, taste things, feel things, it's recorded. Good or bad? Now, when this chance comes, the right emphasis comes, all those thoughts will come. Right now it's popping up. It's just that we cannot see it because we don't pay attention to it right now. So we cannot see those thoughts. But let's say if I stop talking and ask everybody to just focus on breathing, that is when you can see your thoughts running around just like each other breathing. That I always call on the mind. A monkey, when it enters into the windfield, with the right hand around when it's different here, and the left hand doing the same thing, and the right hand doing keep doing this, right? When that monkey left out the field, the whole field was on the ledge, but in his hands only one or two. It damaged everything, while in his hands only one or two. We all do. We have all kinds of thoughts in here. We've done a lot of things that are for something, and we will regret this and struggle. That's all we have. That's why we cannot have a peaceful day and a happy day. And so when you see that, for most of us that are not really able to bring our consciousness back to this present moment, here and now, we follow those thoughts. We always follow that thought whenever we follow. After following it, we add more imagination things into it. Just one thing, one simple thought, and then we sit there and add more thoughts into it. That's how we are. Now when we meditate, when we train ourselves to have mindfulness, we don't follow it anymore. Unfortunately, with that old habit of following thoughts, it's continuing all over. But you have to pay attention to your breath. And when you see it, you have to realize that you're not following those thoughts anymore. Instead, you observe that. Acknowledge that thought, silently like that, back to the breathing again. And then breathe in and then breathe out. Acknowledge it, come back in with the breathing again. Keep breathing out, concentration back to the breathing. This is our This is only doing breathing. Acknowledge it, observe it, come back to the breathing, come back. That's all we need to do. The more you be able to see your thought and come back into the breathing, That's the way to practice it, to bring the concentration back to this present moment. We don't need to live in the past anymore because the past is in the future already. We don't need to chase the future because that is something that's not yet done. This present moment is something that we really need right now. Okay? So just keep bringing it back. Now you hear some noises, you hear some sound. Instead of asking why, who, what, where, we just observe that sound, knowing that sound, back again. Acknowledge that sound, back again. Any type of sensation on the physical body, itchy, numb, pain, anything, just observe those, acknowledge it, feeling or itchy or numb or pain, come back with the breathing. That is enough. Just bring it in our concentration back, bring it back. That goes in and while we keep on chasing after things, remember that. So now, we don't let them anymore, but we are not trying to eliminate them. We acknowledge them, observe them, not eliminating them. When we observe it, when we acknowledge it, we come back here and will become part of that. Of course, when you feel pain, when you feel numb, it will take a while because you are not expert on sitting yet. It will take a while. You know, back then when I practiced meditation in Vietnam, at the temple I used to sit for an hour per session, couple sessions per day. And when I went to Vietnam to practice purely just meditation, nothing else, for 2 years. For my beginning, from 1 hour I dropped back to 45 minutes because it's very painful. I have stiffness, I have something like that, no kind of back pain I have. And so the more I sit on meditation, those pain, those feeling will just decreasing every single time. And now that I'm almost 50 minutes per session, and my tears automatically drop because it's very painful. I tried all the way, I tried to exercise every day. Unfortunately, couldn't help. And then I asked myself, are you just going to give up? Are you going to give up? And in front of the Buddha, I bowed to the Buddha and I bowed. I said, right this location where I sit in meditation, in front of the two chairs, I had bowed. If I cannot overcome these difficulties to meditate, I will not die right here, but I will not give up. By the power of this vow, from starting from here, I will not let go of my sitting until I overcome these difficulties. And then from there, I just sit there straight, even though it hurts really bad, I cannot stand anymore. Continue practicing in my way like that. Every single day, I overcome. I overcome. After that, you can make that. You can sit hours and hours in session without any problem. I tell you that story is to let you know that with the power of this mind, we can make anything happen. But please only make a good thing happen. That is very important. With this mind, it brings tears to the world, suffering to the world. With this mind, bring joy and peace to the world. Whichever one we choose, go with it. But of course, don't bring any suffering and tears into the world. Because we will be the one who suffer way much more than that after the world. Okay? So practicing mindfulness that way, you will have a better life, because now that you are concentrated within your breath, now that you are mindful enough to know, oh, that is a sound, that lady just sounded me, that is just sound uncomfortable. I will not keep it in here. And I will not be that. I shouldn't be that. So I will keep it with me. I will not open my mouth to say anything. But if I decide to say something, it responds. Which is only one thing that I should respond. Meaning you will be happy and peaceful. That's the only thing that you should respond. Witness honor. May you be well and happy and peaceful. If that is something that you do, that will purify yourself, that will cultivate merits for yourself, and that will give you that person a chance to change. Means that you're giving yourself a chance to change later on if you ever permitted to that, if you ever permitted to that. Seven. Because we don't know what, we don't know how one is active on the physical mind, right? So when we feel mindful enough, we know how to manage our emotions, basically. When you know how to manage your emotions, you will not react to what you used to. Just like us, people criticize us when we walk. People sound at us and yell at us. I just look straight in the face and it's gonna sound like you will have to be peaceful and walk. Continue to walk. Why do I have all those words? Why? I have nothing to worry about. I have all those power in my life already. I need to train them. I need to pull them off. I don't want to just keep all of them. Why would I take all those who are insufficient? Remember, no one in this world can take it except you. If you decide to take all those things from the world, all those lemons and rock and bitter bells that they throw at you, you suffer. You create suffering for yourself. It's not that person, it's not them. It's not them. It's us. We are. So knowing where to call, what to call, is very important. And to add more to our daily life, who's in here that will practice? Please don't be shy, raise your hand. Because of all practice, you're always easy to get sidetracked. Right? Anything can happen in the conversation is remembered. And so because we don't know what happens, you eat and then call at the same time. Eat and answer text messages at the same time. Eat and listen to music and watch TV at the same time. You read books and then your loved ones is right beside that book. So I don't know if you read that book or you read your brother. Which one? You read your brother. Of course, because your brother is so attractive. It's attractive more than an apple. You know, I printed about 10,000 books of my first book and give it. A lot of people, when they know that I signed my signature on my book and give it, everybody can ask for one. And ask you to read book. Say no. And then I asked them, why do you need my book for? I'm going to put it on the wall. I said, okay, so you want to put me on the wall to worship you? I don't need that. If you read book, that's good for you. You don't need book. We don't need to get one just to collect. Right? So, anything in our life, not necessarily we do it all. Those are the important things that we don't want to do. Basically. holidays coming up, there's a lot of sales going on. There's a lot of clothing that we don't even wear, but the responsibility to always go out there and look good. All those things that we need to have, a lot of things that we have on the tab, we have beauty. But we still want to collect it because of this mind. The more we do that, the more we change ourselves to head out. Right? And our mind always headed out. All those things are so attractive. Just like the verse. So much attractive. And the thing is, we totally met it. Basically, that's what I want to tell you. So, do not multitask anymore. Do one thing at a time. Only one thing at a time. When you finish that thing, do another thing. If you do that, you change your life. You change your life. Just think that the Lord that you always do every single day, even at home, at work, at school, at public, you always do teach, bringing your lovers to the toilet and all. Just that one thing that everybody has. Mostly. You see, you go into the toilet and do number one and number two, but you talk with your lovers at the same time. So who is doing number one and number two for you? No wonder America has so much people as constipation. Because you're not always in that. Right? You're always in your lover, you're not always in doing number two. Finally, you tried so much for so long, and you finally did it. Because of one mind who tried a little bit to that hole. And now you have to waste money to buy a new lover. See all those things we do everywhere. But guess what? There are people waiting for their turn too. It's sure out there. They cannot use those toys. If you can just get rid of that, just have one thing that will help you a lot of it. So go home, make a sign, put out that on one toilet door, no lovers allowed. Okay? From now on, no lovers allowed. That applies to all that you can remember. I visit on the job site, will start to apply that now here. If we can train ourselves like that, we will be better too. Because we are not dependent on this and another. We are losing a lot of memories because of this. If you don't know that, do you realize that? How many more will you still remember now? 5? 5 phone number? No one. Wow. Just one person like that, 3. You still remember 5 phone number? Our thousands of people here. How about you?
Yeah.
Yes? Why is it back then you still remember the whole? When pages came out, you still know a lot of them. What happened now? Please tell me what happened now. Because we depend on this. Every single time you want to copy, you just have to let it end and that's it. You don't use this anymore. We don't use this. And the more we don't use this, shut it down. And straighten out every single day. Later on, maybe we just sit on that table and ask, Mom, Dad, have I eaten yet? When can I eat? They can have that. Because we cannot use this head anymore. And especially nowadays, AI can come. A lot of things that we also depend on AI as well. So please think about this. Change ourselves. That is how we live a better life. That is how we have peace for our life, our daily life. And so every morning when you wake up in the morning, after the long night of rest, your mind is present here. But in order for you to have a present here mind in the morning, 1 hour before bed, know the verse. That is required. Know the verse 1 hour before bed. Even if you have to check on one piece, it's okay, you don't have to. 1 hour before bed, know the verse, go to sleep. In the morning when you wake up, know the verse. When you wake up, go to the toilet, know the verse. Before going to the toilet, make your bed neat and nice. And then go to the toilet without the verse. Come back out, get a piece of paper and write down the statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Just write that down. Remember, always have to have a piece of paper and a pen. This is so simple, but it's very powerful. Because it will remind you throughout the day that today is going to be your peaceful day. Write that down and read it over and over with your eyes. And then finally, read it out of your mouth. Today is going to be my peaceful day. So that no one in this world can mess it up. Tell that to the universe. Tell the universe that it's not going to be messed up by anyone outside. If you let it mess up, you are the only person who can do that. No one else. Because you don't know the attitude, remember? Because you will be able to manage your emotions, remember? So don't mess it up. Imagine if all the people in this world doing the same thing, just spread that message to the universe. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Simple but loud. And that energy spread all over the universe. The universe will touch it, accept it, receive it, will shower back down with love and kindness and compassion and peace. So this world will be the better place to live. It's because of the power of all the beings in this world living together. That's why that happens. Not just one person. Remember that. So let us all say that one time out loud, okay? After I count to 3, today's going to be my peaceful day. 1, 2, 3.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Louder.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
With that energy right there, all family, all people do that. Instead of anger, instead of hatred, instead of delusion and greed and all that we've been spreading into the universe. Right? All people have been having spread that into the universe already. More than enough already. That's why we receive so much disaster. No love at all. That's why disaster always comes. Different thing didn't come. Because our mind is always illusion. All our mind is always unwholesome thinking. All nothing. So now we change it. Just spread that message to the universe. This world will definitely be a better place for our future generations and our children. I truly believe that. Do you believe that?
Yes.
So will we walk together?
Yes.
That's not my energy. That's not my energy. Will we walk together with us?
Yes.
Every day like practicing mindfulness. Stay calm. Hand water glass of water to your partner, whoever that you mad, happy, and be patient. And write that message every day that we are senior. We are adult. Doesn't matter what age we are, still have to write that down. And today is going to be my peaceful day. And keep doing that. Let us all change this world to be a better place for all. for future generations to get them we have to walk together. Thank you so much. May you all be well and happy and peaceful.
Thank you.
Alright, we all stand in Washington, D.C. And on the 11th, the night of 11 in Washington, D.C., I will lead the Loving Kindness Meditation and expected to have over 10,000 UAE practicing Loving Kindness Meditation. But not just that 10,000 people. I want the whole world to practice this at the same time. So tune in with us. Tune in with us. Check it on our page if you cannot be Washington, D.C. Then at the same time, I expect all of us to just utilize that find a space, sit down, check it in, and then meditate. Look at kindness, which I will show up to you later on that day. If all the people in this world do that together, I truly believe this amazing thing happening. Will you want to join with that mission? Yes! Are you ready for it? Thank you so much. And now I want to try to pass out the peace bracelet for you. When you go home, please remember each and every step forward or backward to go to your heart. It counts from there. That means you have peace or it is already proud. If you stay mindful, your peace will stay with you. If you are not mindful, your peace is already fragile. So don't waste your time, don't waste your effort coming here and don't go with sadness. Alright? Thank you so much. Be mindful with your heart. Thank you everyone. Have a good night.